Of Cambridge's parents, Carole and Michael Middleton, have left the hospital.
Carole Middleton has surprisingly taken a bold stance against Queen Camilla, which has caught everyone off guard. Previously content to remain in the background, Carole is now in the public eye, revealing hidden information and causing a stir among those who follow the royal family. This unfolding royal drama is far from over, as politeness gives way to strategic maneuvering. When Catherine, the Princess of Wales, first became involved with Prince William, Carole Middleton made a concerted effort to integrate her family into the royal circle. She was always courteous and well presented, but beneath the surface, things were not as smooth as they appeared. Although the monarch's spouse may have initially acted friendly towards Kate, sources suggest she was not entirely thrilled about Kate's background. The Middletons were not part of the aristocracy, and this likely did not sit well with someone from old money circles who had been involved in royal life for decades. Whispers hinted at a subtle power struggle shaping the future of the monarchy. Over time, the polite smiles and occasional dinners turned into cold stares and brief exchanges. The tension started small, with subtle jabs and passive-aggressive comments, as the spouse made remarks about how things were done in the past. Carole and her family were viewed as outsiders who didn't fully fit in. Despite Carole's sharp tongue, she didn't publicly react, but the resentment had been building for years by the time of Kate and William's wedding. The situation became even more complicated as Carole wanted to help plan her daughter's big day, but the Queen's spouse felt it was her role to oversee everything. This led to a palpable tension, with both women trying to outmaneuver each other without causing a public scene. Over the years, the relationship between the Queen's partner and Carole has deteriorated further. Carole and the Queen consort were engaged in a power struggle. The Queen consort reportedly tried to limit Carole's access to Kate and her grandchildren by controlling the guest list for certain royal events. However, Carole remained close to Kate, offering support and ensuring her daughter did not feel isolated. The situation escalated when the Queen consort apparently tried to pressure Kate to take on more traditional royal duties and act more submissive, like previous royal wives. Protective of her daughter, Carole felt this was unacceptable and decided to speak out against the Queen consort's underhanded tactics. Carole made a bold and revealing statement about the Queen's behavior, exposing the long-standing tensions that had been simmering beneath the surface. This revelation sent shockwaves through the royal circles, as those close to the family were surprised that Carole had broken her usual silence. Insiders say that Carole's explosive statement had been brewing for a long time, as she had endured a lot over the years, from subtle snubs to outright exclusion. The final straw was when she felt that the consort's actions were starting to affect Kate's happiness. Carole had always prioritized her family, and she was not going to let royal politics interfere with that. As news of Carole's statement spread, the palace reportedly went into damage control mode, with aides and advisors scrambling to contain the fallout, while members of the royal family tried to stay out of the controversy. Prince William was caught in a difficult situation between his wife's family and his stepmother. He had a complex relationship with the Queen's spouse, and this recent incident only added to the complications. Kate was reportedly devastated, as she had worked hard to maintain a respectful relationship with the Queen consort, despite the tension between her mother and the monarch's partner. Hearing that her mother felt compelled to speak out was a difficult situation for Kate, who knew things were not perfect, but did not realize how bad they had become. King Charles, previously Prince Charles, was said to be in denial about the whole matter. He had always known his spouse had a strong personality, but he did not expect it to lead to such public drama. He tried to downplay the situation, but as more details emerged, it became clear that this was not something that could be easily ignored. As for Queen Elizabeth, those close to her said she was heartbroken. The Queen highly valued privacy and discretion, and the public fallout from the situation deeply upset her. The royal family had always kept family matters private, but Carole's decision to go public went against the monarchy's principles. Despite the royal family's attempts to remain silent, the media frenzy continued, with speculation about Carole's next move and whether the Queen's spouse would respond. The public was divided, with some seeing Carole as a protective mother standing up for her daughter, while others viewed her as someone creating unnecessary drama. The palace became a battleground, with the consort reportedly demanding that Carole be excluded from royal events. However, William and Kate stood by Carole, insisting that she remain a part of their lives and their children's lives, a bold move that demonstrated where their loyalties lay. The feud had wider implications for the monarchy, with the consort's reputation affected. The royal family has faced a significant setback, with tensions running high. Questions have been raised about the family's future as they grapple with this drama. It remains uncertain whether they can move past this, or if it marks the beginning of a new era of royal scandals. The palace gates are closed, and the family is tight-lipped, but the tension with within is palpable. Carole Middleton's decision to speak out has altered the dynamics, and it's clear that things will never be the same again. Whether this feud will fizzle out or escalate further is yet to be seen, but the royal family is once again in the spotlight for the wrong reasons. While the public may never know all the details behind palace doors, one thing is certain: Carole Middleton is not backing down, and the Queen's spouse is not one to take things lightly. The royal saga is far from over, and the future holds more unexpected twists and turns. The media continues to uncover reports about past incidents that suggest long-standing tensions between Carole and the Queen's partner. Carole's friends recall moments when she felt slighted by the consort's dismissive behavior, while the Queen's supporters portray Carole as overbearing and unwilling to respect royal traditions. With rising tensions and the holiday season approaching, the royal family prepares for a gathering that is likely to be anything but peaceful. When it comes to the royal family's Christmas traditions, the public reaction is not always as picture-perfect as it may seem. The annual holiday walk in Sandringham this year sparked a wave of reactions, not just because of the festive cheer. The highlight was a tense moment involving Queen Camilla and young Prince Louis, whose lively antics stole the show and the headlines, though not in a way that pleased everyone. As the royals emerged from the church, all eyes were on the young prince, known for his playful nature. During the traditional walk, Louis jumped, waved, and made faces, behaving like a spirited 5-year-old. However, this time his usual charm seemed to bother Queen Camilla, and observers caught what looked like a moment of visible frustration from the Queen. This triggered a public reaction, with social media exploding with the hashtag #SavePrinceLouis and a flurry of opinions about how children should be allowed to act even in the royal spotlight. Fans rushed to defend the young prince's behavior. Prince Louis's energetic and enthusiastic personality has often been the focus of media attention and public discussion. Despite being just a child, his spontaneous actions and cheeky antics, such as covering his ears during loud moments and waving at well-wishers, have made him a fan favorite. However, some critics have suggested that as a member of the royal family, he should learn to temper his exuberance due to the constant media scrutiny surrounding the royals. Nonetheless, Prince Louis's lively behavior during events like the Platinum Jubilee and King Charles's coronation has been widely embraced by the public as refreshing and adorable. Camilla's reaction during the Christmas walk, whether it was a brief annoyance or something more, sparked a broader discussion about how royals, especially children, should conduct themselves in public. Supporters of a more modern approach to royal parenting praised William and Kate for their gentle parenting style, which emphasizes understanding and respecting children's emotions. This approach, which differs from the rigid upbringing of past generations, encourages kids to be themselves while gently guiding them through life's formalities. Kate and William have been vocal about wanting their children to have as normal a childhood as possible, and they are often seen participating in everyday activities with their kids, from soccer games to simple family outings, with the goal of raising George, Charlotte, and Louis as grounded individuals. The critics of Camilla's reaction suggested that she may not fully understand the importance of this more relaxed approach. The times have changed, and the days when royal children were expected to sit quietly, with folded hands and neutral expressions, have long passed or should be. Many argued that Lou's lively nature brings a sense of warmth and relatability to the otherwise stiff world of royalty. However, others felt that Lou's behavior, while natural, needed some control in public events, especially those involving the royal family, as they come with certain expectations. Although children will be children, when you're in line for the throne, the stakes are higher. The argument here is that Lou, as adorable as he may be, needs to start learning how to balance his playful spirit. The incident involving Louis reveals a shift in how the monarchy presents itself to the world. While younger royals like William and Kate are taking a more modern and relatable approach, not everyone is ready to embrace this change. Camilla, who has worked to establish her place in the royal family, may see this as a challenge to the traditional values she has tried to uphold. The public's reaction to the incident highlights a divide between those who call for the monarchy to modernize and better connect with the everyday lives of the people, and those who believe certain standards must be maintained even if they feel outdated. Regardless of one's stance, these moments offer a glimpse into the evolving dynamics within the royal family. The royals' approach to parenting has become a topic of discussion in recent years, particularly William and Kate's efforts to raise their children differently from previous generations. Their parenting style, reportedly focused on understanding and communication rather than strict discipline, is a marked departure from the more traditional authoritarian approach often associated with the British monarchy. This new generation of royal parents is intent on providing their children with a nurturing and supportive environment that fosters their personal growth and development. By emphasizing empathy, patience, and respectful guidance, William and Kate aim to empower their children, Louis, George, and Charlotte, to express themselves freely and develop their own unique identities. During public outings, the world has witnessed this gentle parenting approach in action. Rather than resorting to harsh reprimands or harsh disciplinary measures, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge are observed managing their children's behavior with a delicate touch, offering gentle redirection and encouraging self-regulation. This approach is a stark contrast to the more rigid and formal interactions often associated with royal children in the past. The royal family's shift towards a more modern, child-centered parenting philosophy has not gone unnoticed. Experts and commentators have praised the Cambridge's efforts, recognizing the potential benefits of this style of parenting on the emotional well-being and overall development of the young royals. As the next generation of the British monarchy, Louis, George, and Charlotte are being raised in an environment that prioritizes their individuality, emotional intelligence, and a sense of autonomy, a refreshing departure from the past. This evolving parenting approach within the royal household reflects a broader societal trend towards more mindful and empathetic methods of raising children. By embracing this shift, the Cambridges are setting an example that resonates with modern families and challenges the traditional perceptions of how royal children should be raised. The royal family members have long been admired for their genuine and compassionate approach when interacting with children. Frequently, they can be observed kneeling down to speak with young ones at their eye level, offering them patient explanations and tailored guidance. This deliberate posture and attentive engagement is praised by many parenting experts, who believe it helps to foster a profound sense of security, confidence, and trust within the children. As the eldest of the current generation, Prince George has already begun taking on more public responsibilities, often conducting himself in a poised and composed manner, ever mindful of the immense expectations he faces as a future king. Despite the weight of this role, he maintains a gracious and approachable demeanor, endearing himself to the public. Princess Charlotte, with her elegant poise and occasional moments of playful mischief, strikes a captivating balance between the formality required of her station and the innocent joys of childhood. In contrast, the spirited and mischievous Prince Louis remains the family's delightful wild card, as evidenced by incidents like the memorable Christmas walk, which served to highlight both the unique challenges and the heartwarming moments of raising children within the public eye. The royal family's commitment to nurturing their children's well-being, while also preparing them for their future duties, has been widely admired. Their ability to navigate this delicate balance, blending formal responsibilities with genuine care and affection, has earned them deep respect and admiration from both their subjects and the global community. Through their actions, they demonstrate the importance of fostering emotional intelligence and a sense of compassion in the next generation of leaders. Parents know that young children can be unpredictable, especially in formal situations. Whether it's a toddler throwing a tantrum during a wedding ceremony or a preschooler accidentally knocking over a priceless vase at a gala, the potential for embarrassment is always present. Add the pressure of worldwide attention, and it's a recipe for occasional awkward moments that can become the subject of intense media scrutiny and public discussion. However, many believe that these unscripted, unpolished moments make the royal family more relatable and humanize them in the eyes of the public. After all, everyone has dealt with a restless child during an important event, whether it's a fidgety youngster at a family gathering or a disruptive little one at a formal dinner. The struggles of parenting know no social boundaries, and seeing the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge grapple with similar challenges can help bridge the gap between the monarchy and the common people. Despite the occasional criticism and tongue-in-cheek commentary from some corners, there's a growing appreciation for William and Kate's efforts to let their children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, have a relatively normal childhood. Unlike their predecessors, who were often raised in a more formal, distant environment, these young royals attend regular schools, participate in common extracurricular activities like sports and art classes, and are often seen playing and interacting with their parents in a warm, affectionate manner. This hands-on approach to parenting is a departure from the more aloof, reserved style traditionally associated with the royal family. It reflects a desire to instill values of empathy, compassion, and a sense of connection with the broader community, values that may have been overlooked in the past in favor of strict protocol and rigid formality. By embracing a more relatable, accessible persona, William and Kate are paving the way for a new generation of royals who can connect with the public on a deeper level, transcending the barriers of class and privilege. In the past, the upbringing of royal children was often marked by a significant distance from their parents. Traditionally, these young scions of the monarchy were primarily cared for by nannies and governesses, with limited direct interaction with their royal mothers and fathers. For instance, Queen Elizabeth II and her siblings, such as Princess Margaret, spent much of their formative years under the watchful eye of household staff rather than their own parents. This approach was widely seen as a means of preparing the next generation for the formalities, protocols, and weighty responsibilities that came with their lofty station in society. However, the parenting philosophies of more contemporary royal couples, such as Prince William and Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, have ushered in a notable shift in this long-standing tradition. William and Kate have consciously chosen to adopt a more modern and engaged style of child raising, actively participating in their children's daily activities and experiences. From outdoor adventures to school runs, the public has borne witness to the hands-on involvement of the Duke and Duchess, which not only helps to keep their offspring grounded, but also presents a more relatable and accessible image of the royal family to the general public. In contrast, the recent Christmas walk at Sandringham appears to have been a rare moment of perceived disconnect, as Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall's interaction with young Louis left some onlookers puzzled. This momentary lapse, however, should not be taken as representative of the broader evolution in royal parenting practices, which has seen a marked shift towards a more nurturing and engaged approach in recent years. The incident involving Camilla during the Christmas walk sparked a broader, ongoing discussion about the delicate balance between upholding age-old traditions and embracing the changing realities of modern society within the British monarchy. As a stepmother to the future King William and his brother Prince Harry, and now a grandmother to their young children, Camilla's role and public persona have been subject to constant scrutiny and often harsh criticism from the media and the public. In recent years, however, Camilla has made concerted efforts to build a more positive public image by focusing her energy and influence on charitable work and causes that are deeply important to her. Through her unwavering dedication and steadfast work ethic, she has taken on numerous high-profile royal duties, frequently appearing alongside her husband, King Charles, and gradually earned the respect and admiration of many for her steadfast commitment to serving the crown and the people of the United Kingdom. Yet, moments like the incident during the Christmas walk illustrate how fickle and unpredictable public perception can be, even for a senior member of the royal family who has worked tirelessly to rehabilitate her image. While a significant portion of the population has come to accept and even embrace Camilla's place within the royal family, there remains a vocal contingent, especially among the younger generation of royals, who continue to harbor skepticism and criticism towards her. This particular incident also shone a light on the stark differences in how various members of the royal family, both young and old, approach and navigate the high-stakes world of public engagements and appearances. The varying styles and comfort levels of the royals in such settings can sometimes lead to awkward or even tense moments, as witnessed during the Christmas walk, underscoring the delicate balancing act required to maintain the monarchy's revered traditions while also adapting to the evolving social and cultural norms of the modern era. As the royal family continues to navigate these complex and often fraught waters, the incident involving Camilla during the Christmas walk serves as a poignant reminder of the enduring challenges they face in reconciling the past with the present, and in cultivating a positive, relatable public image that resonates with both loyal supporters and skeptical critics alike. The younger generation of the British royal family, including Prince William and Duchess Kate, appear more comfortable allowing their children such as Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis to express themselves freely and exhibit youthful spontaneity. This contrasts with the more traditional expectations of decorum and rigid formality that were typically followed by older generations of the royal family, like Prince Charles and Duchess Camilla. This shift reflects a broader generational evolution within the monarchy, as the younger royals increasingly take on more prominent public roles and positions of influence. There is an ongoing, concerted effort to modernize and adapt the ancient institution of the British monarchy, making it more relevant and relatable to contemporary society. This process of modernization includes changes in how the royals engage with the public, as well as new approaches to raising and presenting royal children to the world. Despite the occasional controversies or missteps that can arise from these shifts, the general public has developed a distinct soft spot, even affection, for the younger generation of royals, especially the young children. Moments of spontaneity and unguarded behavior, like Prince Louis' amusing antics during public events, often elicit smiles, laughter, and a sense of endearment from the people. These glimpses into the normally highly controlled and formal royal environment provide a more humanizing perspective, allowing the public to connect with the royals on a more personal level. The ongoing modernization of the British monarchy is a complex and multifaceted process that continues to captivate both supporters and critics of the institution. On one hand, the efforts to make the royal family more accessible and relatable to the general public, particularly through the visibility and popularity of the younger generation, can be seen as a positive step in bridging the perceived gap between the monarchy and the people it serves. By embracing more informal and down-to-earth modes of communication and engagement, the royals are arguably cultivating a stronger sense of connection and empathy with their subjects. However, the fundamental question remains whether this gradual evolution of the monarchy ultimately brings the institution closer to the people, or if it inadvertently diminishes the mystic, grandeur, and timeless tradition that has historically defined the British royal family. For centuries, the monarchy has been imbued with an aura of reverence, ceremony, and exclusivity that has served to reinforce its perceived status and authority. The ceremonial pageantry, ornate regalia, and meticulously observed protocols have all contributed to the construction of the monarchy as a sacred, almost transcendent institution set apart from the ordinary lives of the citizenry. As the younger generation of royals, such as Prince William and Duchess Catherine, assume greater prominence and visibility, they must delicately balance the preservation of this regal formality and prestige with the need to appeal to a modern, increasingly informal public sensibility. The challenge lies in finding the right equilibrium between maintaining the time-honored traditions and rituals that have historically defined the monarchy, while also adapting to the evolving social and cultural norms of the 21st century. This dynamic tension between timelessness and modernity will undoubtedly shape the future trajectory and public perception of the British royal family in the decades to come. Ultimately, the outcome of this process will have profound implications for the long-term stability and relevance of the monarchy. If the royals are perceived as having strayed too far from their cherished traditions and mystique, they risk alienating their staunchest supporters and eroding the very foundations of their legitimacy. Conversely, if they fail to connect with a younger, more progressive generation of Britons, the monarchy may struggle to maintain its cultural significance and enduring appeal. The delicate balance that the royals must strike will determine whether the institution can continue to command the reverence and loyalty of the people, or whether it will gradually fade into the realm of historical curiosity and nostalgia. Please share your thoughts in the comments below, like and subscribe for more interesting discussions like this one.